Hello, Capricorn. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Tina, and we are here to do your weekly energy check-in tarot reading. So let's just dive right in. We're going to start off by pulling a message. All right, please show me the one message that would benefit Capricorn the most for this week. Whoa, oh, there's a little bounce in the cards. Okay, cool. We got numbers. Your angels could be whispering numbers in your ear. They are special messages. So I'm sure a lot of you have already heard the term angel number. And what it means is that, your spirit team, your angels, your guides, the universe, they sometimes will try to get your attention or communicate with you or give you that, like, you're doing good, or hey, wake up to this, by using numbers. And the belief is that numbers have vibrations. And so if you see a set of numbers, especially when it's easiest to kind of acknowledge when they're repeating numbers, but it doesn't always, it can be also repeating like 1 2 2 1 and things like that. But when you start to see a pattern of numbers, then pay attention, because it's the universe oftentimes. Now, I'm not just talking about the one time you see a repeating number. Now, what I always do when I see some repeating numbers that stand out to me, I think, what am I doing right now, or what was I thinking about? Because it can be a one-off of kind of acknowledging whatever's going on. But really, the big signs are when you continuously start seeing repeating numbers, especially if they're the same numbers. But it's kind of challenging to get, if you can look up the individual numbers to try to see what their meanings are. So like if you're seeing 555, you're going to see about 5 different meanings out on the internet, right? Now, what I kind of do is, I think your inner self, your inner knowing can kind of tell you what it is, but I kind of correlate it with uh, tarot. And so, if you're seeing 555, fives are indicative of change or transition, right? So you can associate in that way. You can look up numerology of what the number 5 means, but really just go with your gut on it. It's a really interesting phenomena that happens, and I fully believe it. All right, please show me one card of the overall energy for this week for the sign of Capricorn. I almost said Capricorn. The fancy way of saying Capricorn. Capricorn. All right. Oh, whoa. Well, I didn't see that one coming. The Djinn. So in this deck, the Djinn is the Devil card. Maybe the universe is going to be starting sending you messages of something to pay attention to, according to this. So what does that mean? It's the things that hold us back. Kind of the toxic behaviors, but toxic is a word that sometimes gets a little too loaded, I think, sometimes for this card. It can be something, it can be the obvious toxic behaviors, addictions, right? Things like that. But it can also be negative self-talk, poor self-esteem, insecurities. It can be things like that as well. So this might be an important reading, some things for you to pay attention to, Capricorn. Let's pull some more tarot and see what the cards have to say. All right. Please show me the energy surrounding Capricorn for this week. Energy surrounding Capricorn this week. Okay, 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups is about choosing to walk away from something. It's kind of I'm going to walk away from this so I can venture out on a new path. I might not know what that new path is, but it's usually kind of walking away from something. Now, cups energy, a lot of times this is a relationship, but it's just something that has some emotion behind it. You know, it's not an easy decision to walk away from it because it's something that affects your heart space. Whoa, okay. Well, something is definitely ending this week for you. We have the 10 of swords. You have the 8 of cups and the 10 of swords. That's a pretty big indication. So again, I am not surprised at all to see this numbers card that came out. If some of you start seeing repeating numbers, I can tell you um, my last relationship, just to overshare, my last relationship, which was earlier this year, the week before the relationship ended, I started seeing massive amounts of repeating numbers. It was ridiculous. I even mentioned it to the person I was involved in. Like, I keep seeing all these repeating numbers, repeating all over the place. And I started pointing it out to them, like, look, oh my God. And it was the most I've ever seen. Well, the week that we ended, they just stopped. Boom. And it was the day that I kind of knew it was time to end things. And it was so, and they ended before I acknowledged this. There was a chain of events, okay? But that week, the relationship ended, and I really do feel like that was a soul connection, but it was a very big transition in my life. And it was one of the most eye-opening experience of seeing repeating numbers that I've ever felt. Like, so that's why I said, well, this resonates with me from my personal experience. So, but again, we don't know that this is a relationship. Oh, I love it. I love this. We got the Fool. Before I got the thought that I was expressing. Cups energy doesn't automatically mean a romantic relationship. It can be walking away from a family member. It can be walking away from a career you love or a job it can be anything. So I don't have any confirmation right now. Don't get hung up on the story I just told you and the cups card. For some of you, yes, this will be a relationship ending, but it can be a lot of things ending in your life. Okay. It can also be a way of life, the Fool. So, yes, excellent, excellent. I love the Fool card. I love the Fool card. It is the card of taking a leap into the great unknown, but just going for it. Now, it's called the Fool, but it's not a, the Fool isn't an idiot, doesn't do things blindly. The Fool has been around the card. It's the first card of the major arcana. What does that mean? It means that the cycle is starting over. This is the 10. A 10 is the end of a cycle in tarot. The Fool is the start of something new. The Fool doesn't leap into something blindly, but they take a leap of faith. They don't probably have all the answers. They decide they're just going to go for this new adventure, right? Two of Wands completely makes sense. Two of Wands is the fork of the road, right? You're standing right at this point right here. You have a fork in the road. You can go this way or you can go this way. Neither way is necessarily right or wrong, okay? But they're just going to lead your life in different directions. So this is that point. But look at, this is the big thing, the world here. You got the world in your hands. Wow. Two of Pentacles, another two, which really means you have a choice. You have two options. Wow. Cool reading, Capricorn. King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck for me is that subtle undercurrent of energy. It's not the main player, but it's usually an energy of that has been flowing in, it trickles in and has an influence over this week from previous days, weeks, months. Okay. Um, yeah, Five of Swords is underneath, so a little bit of conflict. This King of Cups energy. Now, this is and when I do a reading called an energy check-in, it's about your energy. So I'm going to assume that this is you. Can it be somebody else? Yeah, it could be. What does the King of Cups represent? Firm handle of emotions. The King of Cups is generous, loving, compassionate, wants to love, wants to care, but has a really good grasp, has maturity when it comes to his or her emotions. Okay. Let's look at these cards now that we have them all from a different perspective, shall we? All right. So right here in the center, we have the Fool. That's the main player of the reading. Some sort of like new, you are going in a new direction. Remember how I felt inclined to say off into a new path here. Something is ending. And I think you're getting confirmation from the universe that this is fated, that it's supposed to happen. Okay. Pay attention to the numbers. And it's okay if you haven't seen numbers. Okay. If this resonates, if it resonates, it resonates. Okay. Don't feel like the universe doesn't pay attention just because you aren't seeing numbers. If you're not seeing numbers, it means the universe thinks you've got this, that you already understand. Okay. Um, okay. So I want to, there's something here. There's some kind of behavior, whether it's your own insecurity, it's your energy though. It really could be you walking away from somebody else that is this energy that's holding you back. It can be you walking away, but again, like I said, usually these energy check-ins are about you. So I think that you're leaving something behind that was holding you back. Okay. You're choosing it for yourself. The universe is, I think, telling you, yes, it's time to take that leap into a new direction. Let something in. You are choosing to walk away. And now you got double confirmation here. Two twos, that you have something new. You have choices. You can go this way or this way. You might have more than two. It's just that in tarot, it kind of shows twos are that choice, decisions to make and choice and options kind of thing. And so this is great, Capricorn. I think you're about to embark on a whole new chapter of your life. Something is ending, and I think that you're ready to really dive in, leave the negative stuff behind, and dive into a new adventure. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you choose to subscribe today, I would love that. Until next time, thanks for joining me.